News on Jambo Safari Media, where we bring you the stories shaping our world. Today we are diving into critical issues from environmental disasters to political controversies. Stay tuned as we uncover the headlines. Mandalay earthquake death toll surpasses 2,700 amid ongoing rescue efforts. Evangelical preacher sentenced to life for 2018 rape case. Zambia's president warns ministers against inattentiveness in cabinet meetings. Volcano erupts in Iceland, prompting evacuations in Grindavik. Israeli airstrike kills 4 in Beirut, ignites tensions with Hezbollah. Wisconsin Supreme Court race becomes most expensive in U.S. history. What happens when a city known for its beauty faces unimaginable devastation? Mandalay, once celebrated as the city of gold, is now grappling with the aftermath of a catastrophic earthquake. The earthquake struck near Mandalay last Friday, leading to a death toll that has surpassed 2,700, with thousands injured and hundreds still missing. Reports indicate that bodies are being cremated in stacks due to the overwhelming number of casualties. Rescue operations are ongoing, but are severely hampered by poor infrastructure and ongoing civil conflicts. Many residents are living in makeshift tents, fearing aftershocks may further destabilize their homes. Rescue teams have managed to pull over 400 individuals from the rubble, but the true casualty count is expected to be much higher. Authorities have indicated that the death toll could exceed 3,000, while experts warn it may surpass 10,000. International aid is beginning to arrive, but bureaucratic obstacles are complicating relief efforts. The military junta has faced criticism for its handling of the disaster as access to affected areas remain restricted. As Mandalay grapples with this humanitarian crisis, the need for effective aid is urgent. We'll continue to monitor the situation closely and provide updates as more information becomes available. Bajinder Singh, a self-styled Christian preacher with millions of followers, has been sentenced to life imprisonment after being convicted for the 2018 rape of a woman. The case has shocked many, raising serious concerns about the abuse of power by religious leaders. The preacher, who leads the Church of Glory and Wisdom in Punjab and has a substantial social media presence, has faced multiple allegations of sexual misconduct. Despite his claims of being a prophet and a healer, Singh has been accused by at least 2 other women of sexual assault. His defense team has not commented on the verdict, but Singh is expected to appeal the decision. His followers, however, continue to defend him, claiming that the accusations are part of a conspiracy orchestrated by rival religious leaders. The sentence has been hailed as a significant step towards justice for the victim, but the case continues to raise questions about the power dynamics between religious leaders and their followers. As the legal battle continues, we'll keep you updated on any new developments. In Zambia, President Hakainde Hichilema has issued a firm warning to his ministers regarding their conduct during cabinet meetings. During a recent swearing-in ceremony, President Hichilema expressed concerns about ministers dozing off, attributing this behavior to lack of self-control and what he referred to as indulgence. He emphasized that falling asleep during meetings is unacceptable and could jeopardize state secrets and public service delivery. The president has previously addressed these issues privately but felt compelled to go public after repeatedly witnessing inattentiveness. He highlighted that some ministers have been known to reveal confidential information on social media, especially during social events. Hichilema, who assumed office in 2021, has a history of holding officials accountable, having dismissed several senior officials for performance-related issues. As the country prepares for elections next year, he is expected to seek a second term, facing potential competition from his predecessors.
So how do you participate in a meeting where at 10 hours in a cabinet meeting you are sleeping? Because come on, what's the issue? Self-control, indulgence, self-control. The message is that you are not interested in the deliberation of cabinet on behalf of all of this. So why are you sitting there?
As the president calls for greater accountability and self-discipline within his cabinet, the focus remains on effective governance in Zambia. We'll continue to follow this story and provide updates as it develops. A volcano has erupted on the Reykjanes Peninsula in Iceland following the evacuation of a nearby town and the popular Blue Lagoon spa. The eruption began around 9:45 local time, just north of Grindavik. The Icelandic Meteorological Office reported that a crack in the ground had opened up to 700 meters wide within an hour. As of now, the Blue Lagoon Spa will remain closed through Tuesday. Officials are urging any remaining residents in Grindavik to leave, as several individuals initially refused to comply with the evacuation order. Most of the town's 4,000 residents had been evacuated since November 2023 due to the ongoing volcanic threats. Recent measurements indicated that the length of the magma formed beneath the crater series has reached approximately 11 kilometers, marking the longest activity since November 2023. Current wind patterns suggest that gas pollution from the eruption will move northeast towards the capital area. This volcanic activity was preceded by a series of earthquakes in the Sundak crater range earlier in the morning. Authorities had already issued evacuation orders for Grindavik and the Blue Lagoon, and roads in and out of the town have been closed. Iceland, home to 33 active volcano systems, continues to monitor this volcanic activity closely. We'll keep you updated as the situation develops. Tensions are escalating once again in Lebanon as an Israeli airstrike in Beirut's southern suburbs has resulted in 4 fatalities. According to Lebanon's health ministry, the airstrike occurred in the early hours of the morning, injuring 7 others and raising concerns about the fragile ceasefire between Israel and Hezbollah. Lebanon's president condemned the airstrike as a dangerous warning, while the prime minister labeled it a flagrant violation of the ceasefire. Images from the scene depict significant damage, particularly to the upper floors of an apartment building in the area. The Israeli Defense Forces confirmed that the operation was conducted to eliminate an immediate threat posed by a targeted individual, indicating that such actions may continue. The incident follows Israel's first attack on Beirut since the ceasefire was established, which had already seen a history of near-daily strikes aimed at Hezbollah-related targets. The ongoing conflict has resulted in substantial casualties and displacement, with approximately 4,000 people killed in Lebanon since the escalation began in October 2023.
Early this morning, or very early this morning, IDF fighter jets struck a Hezbollah terrorist in Beirut. He had recently been directing Hamas terrorists and assisting them in an attempt to carry out a major imminent attack against Israeli civilians. The terrorists posed a real and immediate threat, what we called ticking bomb. Therefore, we had to eliminate the threat. Israel will continue to remove any threat to our citizens. We expect Lebanon to take action to uproot terrorist organizations acting within its borders against Israel. What we saw here is a cooperation between Iran, Hamas, and Hezbollah on the soil of Lebanon in order to initiate a terrorist attack against Israelis.
This attack marks the second strike on the Dahil area in the recent days, despite a truce that has been in place since November. The Israeli military stated that the operation targeted a Hezbollah operative believed to be involved in planning attacks against Israeli civilians. As the situation continues to evolve, the implications for regional stability remain uncertain. Voters in Wisconsin are heading to the polls once again, this time to fill a vacancy on the state's Supreme Court with significant implications for the political landscape. This election is notable not only for its high stakes but also for the unprecedented spending, making it the most expensive judicial contest in U.S. history. Over $90 million has been spent so far, including substantial contributions from Elon Musk and affiliated groups. The outcome could shift control of the Wisconsin Supreme Court, currently held by liberal justices, and also serves as a critical test of voter sentiment towards Trump in a state he narrowly won in the last presidential election. Early voting has seen significant participation, with around 644,000 ballots cast before Election Day. Musk's involvement has sparked a strong reaction from voters, with opinions sharply divided. Critics argue that Musk's financial influence poses a threat to democratic processes, while supporters contend that his participation is a reflection of political engagement similar to that of Democratic donors. The election is also seen as a strategic opportunity for Democrats to counter Musk's influence, as polling indicates he is viewed unfavorably by a majority of registered voters in the state. Additionally, Musk's involvement in the race could have practical implications for his business interests, particularly in relation to an ongoing case involving Tesla. The race features conservative candidate Brad Skim, who is backed by former President Donald Trump and Musk, versus liberal candidate Susan Crawford, supported by former President Barack Obama and prominent Democratic donors. As Wisconsin prepares to vote, the implications of this election extends beyond state lines. Potential shaping of political landscape leading up to the next presidential election. We'll keep you updated on the results as they come in. That wraps up our coverage for today on Jambo News. We hope you found the stories insightful and impactful. As always, we encourage you to stay informed and engaged. Remember to like, share, and subscribe.